Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Boldly Going. It is I, Merlin, sometimes known as Joe, and I've got the film fanatics here with me. I've got Dan over here.
Hello.
Justin over here.
How's it going?
And we're going back to talk about DS9, the Season 2, first episode premiere, beginning of a three-parter. Start off strong with Homecoming, and I want Justin to lead into this because I remember he's the consistent theme with DS9.
Number one,
I like
Bajoran
DS9.
fan.
Oh, yes.
I like DS9, but man, these Bajorans, this Kira stuff, man.
but I hate the main character and I hate the main villain.
So far, so
Yeah.
let's see, man. Let's take a break from the Bajorans. No, dive deeper into Bajoran conflict. Let's see what Justin thinks. Tell me about it.
I mean, at this point, just call it Star Trek Deep Space Kira. Come on.
That
Like, she's gotten more screen time than Cisco at this point.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But tell me about it though. tell me what the start is.
Okay. Getting serious now. So,
Okay.
At the start of this episode, we don't actually kick off with Kira. We actually kick off with our favorite Ferengi, Quark, who comes across a very, very special earring. And discovers that it has Bajoran links and shows it off to Kira, who discovers that it belongs to a revolutionary who may be part of a camp that needs to be liberated. So, by virtue of Kira being Kira, hey, I need to do something completely out of the way to help with this out and figure out what's going on.
Which I have a comment about when you get to it.
And Cisco pretty much decides, okay, you're Bajoran, you know all this stuff. Clearly I should not investigate this, and
Yeah.
needless to say, things get more complicated when she finally comes across this leader and does the legend truly precede him.
Classic theme Trek has done before.
So this is an okay opening. I think it does what it needs to do, set some stuff up. Am I crazy about the Bajoran love that Star Trek DS9 is doing? Not especially. I do like, though, the fact that they actually managed to work in most of the cast this time around. It wasn't just the Kira show, and we actually take a pretty good chunk of time to get to Kira. It's probably a good 10, 15 minutes in a 40-minute show.
True.
Which I do respect, and I think despite the clearly heavy reliance on, okay, yes, because she knows that she is clearly qualified for it. Can there please be consequences for her actions just once, Trek, please?
Well,
it's a first parter, so we don't know what's going to happen in the next two parts.
True.
That's true.
Plus, you got to remember she's not technically Federation. Really, she's kind of still Bajoran government. It's kind. That's why Cisco. That's why one of the iffy things about it for me was always Cisco's like, sure, you can possibly start war with the Cardassians and hang out here. Like,
never you mind.
That was always kind of weird. Maybe not the best writing there, but she's technically not fully under his command. So,
I mean, I feel like DS9 is supposed to be Switzerland, but we love the Bajorans. No.
Yeah. That's pretty much the Cardassians. We hate those snake guys.
Oh, yes.
Snake Nazis.
Curse you.
That's what they are.
But I digress. But honestly, I think this episode really isn't necessarily a consistently good episode, but it has a lot of really good moments. I think the aspect of dealing with racism in regards to the Jake storyline was actually really well handled. I think some of the stuff later on with Bashir was really good. I think once we actually get into the aspects of the leader and dealing with that initial conflict is really interesting. Like, are you remembered for what people said about you, or are you remembered for your actions? It's a pretty big question, and I think it handles it in a very smart and elegant way.
Once it gets there.
Once it gets there, should it have been a three-parter? I don't know. Two-parter, I think it ends on a really good cliffhanger. But I think as far as season openers go, it's not bad. I leave it with a B.
Okay. Dan, tell me what you thought about this beginning for the three-parter.
I agree with a lot of that. I think instead of thinking of it, Justin, as Kira doesn't show up for 15 minutes of the episode, think of it as a 2-hour and 20-minute movie, and Kira doesn't show up for the first 15 minutes of that. Because I feel like she's going to play very heavily into parts 2 and 3 of this.
I don't doubt it.
So I don't know about that. Frank Langella in a early role.
pretty big
Surprising,
cameo.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I liked that. I liked the Jake stuff, trying to go on his first date and having a bit of a talk with Papa about it, and the sort of racist tones of that.
And baseball.
Well, he always
Baseball's
number one fan.
Yeah, baseball is great.
Well, and he tries to talk about baseball with Kira too, and she's like, "I'm not
no idea what
into
you're
this
talking
at all." My big issue with it was the sort of ruse of the rescue. The rescue is super easy for this guy.
It's like 3 guards.
And no one questioned, wow, that was real simple. Could it have been a trap? No one thought of that. Clearly they were being set up with the ease of it. But kind of minor problem. Yeah, I'm interested to see where parts 2 and 3 go. I agree with Justin. Did it need to be a 3-parter? I guess we'll find out.
You will.
We've only watched the first one so far. But yeah, I give it a B as well.
All right. Well, I actually agree with you guys. I think that it's a decent start. I actually like the fact that they are starting to integrate the characters into a flow where it does feel more balanced in the beginning. But then we shift back to Kira, who, as much as I give Justin a hard time about it, I will say Kira's not my favorite, and the focus of all the Bajorn stuff is important, but we get to more interesting stuff later. But this is kind of the beginning of some big plot points that are going to be handled throughout this season.
It's not even that she's like a badly written character or anything. It's just we don't need 19 episodes that are Kira-centric.
There were a lot. You're right. They definitely need to balance it. I think it's worse than even Next Gen at that point where, there was at least some balance early on.
Oh, yeah.
So that's good. Actually, I think even the original series kind of balances out some of the main characters a little bit more.
Well, TOS, you at least have the main 3.
Yeah.
You've got Bones, Spock, Kirk. Here, Kira gets way more screen time than even Sisko.
That's true.
Oh, yes.
and that does change. That's one of the things about DS9 is it does get really balanced. Here, we're going deeper into Kira's character, and I think that a lot of the stuff that happens in this 3-parter, from what I remember, actually does create a foundation for her perspectives on Bajor and her part in DS9, because she's still kind of transitioning into that allegiance. Going back and forth between both, kind of serving as that neutral party, but she is a very good character.
Neutral.
Not neutral at all. She
I was about to say,
so
hypocrisy at its finest, but moving right along.
Yeah, but DS9's not that neutral. That's a lie. But no, it's cool. No, I agree, guys. It's a B episode. It's a good start. I think it gets more interesting for sure. But this is just kind of laying the stage. I do agree with you, though. The ruse was pretty obviously easy.
Yeah.
I also don't think Sisko questioning what she was doing were with Cardassians. Little if that was I didn't really buy that.
Yeah, that's true.
And sacrificing O'Brien out of nowhere after with Sisko's out of the room, I'm like, he says you realize that if we don't get him, we're dead. I'm like, okay, yeah. I don't have a wife or kids or anything to worry about.
Don't mind me.
So O'Brien's the one guy that goes with it because he volunteers because he's nice and.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Couldn't you send a red shirt?
I know.
Seriously.
Random red shirt.
Something like that. But yeah, I agree with you guys. I think it was a pretty good one. Any final thoughts on this one?
No, I think we're all on the same page.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a good start for sure. But yeah, that was the homecoming for DS9. Next time we're going to talk about Voyager. We're going to talk about Mr. Kim, a Kim-centric episode. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited. So excited for. I'm not. But anyway, comment below, guys. Just look out for the next one and excited episodes in the future. And I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to say goodbye. Say goodbye to you guys.
Talk to you later.
Till then.